So we're going to tackle 6th grade ELA for week 6. I saw that there was 2 worksheets, but I'm only finding one, unless this is both of the, I bet you this is the 2 worksheets put together. But there's also a brain pop to watch and then the quiz to follow, so just do that brain pop and do the quiz, and then screenshot your score so you can send it to your teacher. All right, so we're going to talk about Jacob the Great, and I'm going to I'm going to try to figure out if it's literary or informational and what it might be about. Looks like it might be a fable or something like that, maybe. Okay. And it being that, I see some quotation marks all throughout it. I don't see any dates and times, really. I do see some numbers, but not really telling much about it, so I'm going to assume it's literary. Alright, so I'm going to do this first section because that's a really small paragraph. We will hashtag the paragraphs, and then we'll CSPS. You will do your summary, and then we'll go over the questions. Alright, Jacob hated finishing things almost as much as he loved starting them. As a result, he had gotten into a million hobbies and activities, but he never stuck with any of them long enough to get any good. He begged his mother for months for a guitar so that he could play Black Eyed Peas songs to Angie, a girl he liked. But after he finally got one for Christmas, he found out that guitars don't play themselves. He took a few lessons, but strumming the strings hurt his fingers and he didn't like holding the pick, so now the $500 guitar lives under his bed. Okay, so we could say that he's like my son. He doesn't stick to anything, you know? Okay. So he likes to try things, but then he gets bored. Yeah. All right. After reading an ad in the back of one of his comic books, Jacob decided that he wanted a Wonder Sweeper 5000 metal detector so that he could find buried pirate treasure. So he mowed lawns all summer and didn't spend his money on ice cream like his younger brother Alex. He saved it all in a shoebox in his closet. Then he shoveled driveways all winter, and he didn't spend his money on candy and chips like his classmates. By the time spring came, he had saved $200, and he purchased the Wonder Sweeper 5000 metal detector. He beeped it around the park for a while, but he soon found out that no pirates had ever set sail in his neighborhood. And if they had, they didn't leave any treasure. Even though he found a key ring, 47 cents, and all the bottle caps he could throw, he buried the metal detector in his closet. So this is all about a metal detector. Wow, he worked really hard to get it too, and then he didn't want it anymore. I think a lot of kids could probably relate to that. Given Jacob's history with hobbies, it was no surprise that Jacob's father was reluctant to buy him a magician's kit for his birthday. Geez, Jacob, you sure you wouldn't rather I got you more guitar lessons? He suggested. Jacob was insistent. Dad, you've got to get me the magician's kit. This time I'll stick to it for real, I promise. Come on, Dad, Jacob begged. Jacob's father sighed and then replied, "Oh, I don't know, Jacob. Things are awfully tight right now." But Jacob's father was reminded of his own youth long ago when he quit football and started karate practice before hardly getting his equipment dirty. So when Jacob's birthday came around, Jacob was both surprised and pleased to find the magician's kit that he had desired so badly with a bright red bow on it. Okay, magician's kit, if you want to put the whole thing. Jacob opened up the box and unwrapped the many parts of the kit. As he did so, he imagined sawing his pet cat in half and putting it back together to the amazement of his friends and family. He took the many fake coins, trick cards, and rope pieces of varying length in the kitchen table, imagining pulling rabbits out of his hat and turning them into pigeons with a mysterious puff of smoke. As Jacob continued pulling plastic thumbs, foam balls, and giant playing cards out of the magic kit, a commercial on the TV caught his attention. "Hey kids, have you ever wanted to go to space? Experience what it's like to be an astronaut? Do you want to explore the universe? Well, now you can. As the commercial continued playing, Jacob walked away from the magic kit on the kitchen table and stared at the TV screen longingly. For only $195, you can go to space camp and live life like an astronaut for a whole weekend. Enroll now for a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Jacob's cry rang throughout the house as he yelled, "Mom!" He now knew what his true purpose in life was. Do you think he really is going to stick to that? So that one was space camp. Okay, so we're going to go, I printed mine so I don't have the packet because they ran out. So I'm just going to do the CSPS on the back, and then you're going to do the summary. Okay? So I got CSPS. The character is mostly Jacob, but he also has Jacob, not J-Bub. Jacob, and then he also had his mom and his dad. And his brother was mentioned, but Jacob is your main character. If you just want to put Jacob, that's fine. The setting is mostly at home. Problem is that he gets interested in things or loses interest in things. Loses interest in basically everything. And is there a solution? I'm going to say there was no solution. This is one of the first ones that I've seen that didn't have a solution. No solution. So now you can pause this, catch up, and do your summary. And then we're going to go to the questions. Okay, the comprehension and inferential questions. After reading the story, choose the best answer for each question. You're also going to prove these, so make sure that we do that. Alright, according to the text, why does Jacob stop playing the guitar? It hurt his fingers, he'd rather play drums, it was too easy, or he failed math. So I need to go back to the story, look for my hashtag that has to do with the guitar, which was the first one. And then we're going to underline why he quit, and I'm going to put question 1 by it. So it's in paragraph 2, because this is actually paragraph 1 and 2. So I'm going to put paragraph 2 over here, and you answer that. Number 2, to whom did Jacob want to play Black Eyed Peas songs? Alex, Angie, Mom, or Dad? All right, again, it's going to be in paragraph 2. And he wanted to play Black Eyed Peas songs to this one. So I'm just going to point to those since they're both in the same paragraph. It's also in paragraph 2. According to the passage, why does Jacob decide that he wants a metal detector? A, he sees a man at the park with one. B, his father had one as a child. C, he saw a TV commercial for one. Or D, he read an ad for one in a comic book. So here, this is all about the metal detector, so it's definitely going to be paragraph 3. Okay, and then you need to find where it is, underline it, and put your question by it, okay? But it's right, actually, here, so right here. And then this is question 3. All right, so these are pretty easy. Number 4, how does Jacob get the items he wants in the story? A, he asks his mom. B, he asks his dad. C, he shovels driveways and mows lawns. D, he does all of these things to get what he wants. So this is the whole story. Okay. So you need to see what he did for each one. Okay, and then see if it matches. Number 5, when did Jacob buy the metal detector? Okay, again, the metal detector is paragraph 3. So go back to paragraph 3, find out where it is, and then put your question number 4. I'm just going to put, or wait, question number 5. Not sure where, because I want you to do that. Okay, and is it in the fall, the summer, the spring, or the winter? Number 6, true or false, the metal detector was a good investment for Jacob. Okay, this is also going to be in paragraph 3. True or false? Number 7, why doesn't Jacob's father want to get him the magician's kit for his birthday? So that is going to be paragraph 4. Okay. Paragraph 4. Jacob failed math class. Jacob quits too many expensive activities. Jacob has been mean to his younger brother, or Jacob went to the park without permission. So it's going to be in this paragraph right here. It's going to be question number 7. Question number 6 is also in paragraph 3. So. Okay, number 8. Why does Jacob's father buy Jacob the magician's kit? Again, I think that might be, let's see. Yeah, that's also in paragraph 4. So it's going to be question 8 also. Jacob mowed the lawn. Jacob reminded his father of himself. Jacob bought ice cream for his brother, or Jacob found his father's key ring. Number 9, which word is the closest meaning to the italicized word in the following sentence from paragraph 4? It was no surprise that Jacob's father was reluctant to buy him a magician's kit for his birthday. So I don't have to rewrite it or anything. It's already here. They've already told me it's in paragraph 4. It was no surprise that Jacob's father was happy to buy him a magician's kit for his birthday. It was no surprise that Jacob's father was willing to buy him a magician's kit for his birthday. It was no surprise that Jacob's father was proud to buy him a magician's kit for his birthday. Or it was no surprise that Jacob's father was hesitant to buy him a magician's kit for his birthday. Number 10, what distracts Jacob from the magician's kit? Okay, so again, that's going to be paragraph 5 now at the very end. Paragraph 5. It's at the very, very end, so it's going to be question number 10. TV commercial, his father, the kitchen table, or a comic book. Based on the end of the story, Jacob is most likely to go on and do which of the following? So this is your inference question right here. So this you have to come up with the answer. Become a great magician, learn to play the guitar well, detect an incredible hidden treasure, or raise money to go to space camp. What do you think he's going to do? Which happened first in the text? Jacob asked his dad for a magician's kit. Jacob got a guitar for Christmas. Jacob mowed lawns, or Jacob shoveled driveways. So you have to go back to the beginning. Okay, might be in paragraph 2, 3, somewhere in there. Which happened last in the text? Jacob saved up $200. Jacob found 47 cents in the park. Jacob took guitar lessons, and Jacob was influenced by a comic book. So you need to prove these answers also. So prove where you find it. Prove. All right, now we're going to go on to the next part, literary elements, and it also goes with the story. After reading the story, choose the best answer for each question. Which character trait best describes Jacob in regards to his hobbies? So this is going to be the whole story. It's not going to be, one thing. Is he dedicated, impulsive, committed, or devoted? If you don't know what any of those mean, you need to look them up. 15. What was the author's purpose? So what was the author's purpose for this? Were we informing? Was this literary? It was literary. So we know it's not to inform. Was it to persuade, entertain, or confuse? We already know that author's purpose, one of these, it can't be because it's not an author's purpose. There's 2 good choices. One is the best. In what genre? We already know it's literary, so we already know that it's fiction. In what subgenre is the story? Now, we really haven't talked about this, but let's look at it. Is it a biography? Is it telling the whole story of Jacob? Is it historical fiction? Is it talking about a certain time and place? Like it's talking about how Jacob went through the coronavirus. Is it realistic fiction? Is it something that could be real? Is there somebody that you know that could be like that? Or maybe yourself, or I know my son is like that. Or is it a fable, like a story about somebody famous that's passed down. Okay. Number 18, in which pattern is the text organized? So that means, is it in chronological order? Meaning, okay, well, let's look at it. Is it a problem and solution? Jacob wants this and does this. Or is it chronological? This happened, then this happened, then this happened. Or sequence, same thing, like first, second, and third. Or is it cause and effect? Okay, so the cause and effect, problem and solution are similar, and chronological and sequence are similar. From what point of view is the story narrated? Okay, so this one, let's look at it again. Jacob hated finishing things almost as much as he. So there's lots of he and she and they, okay? So is that first person, third person objective, second person, or third person omniscient? Omniscient means they can see everything that's going on, even what he's thinking. 20, which poetic technique is used in the following line? He beeped it around the park for a while. Okay, so beeped is probably your word that, you know, because he walked around the park for a while. That would have been normal, but beeped is kind of the word. Is it an onomatopoeia, a simile, personification, or hyperbole? 21. Which technique is used in the following line? He had gotten into a million hobbies and activities. Onomatopoeia, simile, personification, or hyperbole. 22, and maybe you might need to look those back up and see which ones are which. Okay, simile compares like or as. Personification is making something human-like. Hyperbole is like an exaggeration, and onomatopoeia. Which technique is used in the following line? The $500 guitar lives under his bed. Onomatopoeia, simile, personification, or hyperbole. All right, and that concludes ELA Week 6.